Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys once again for tuning in to another pre-market watch list. Sorry about getting on just a little bit late today. Was doing a couple things earlier that kind of snowball effect into a later arrival for everything today. So I do apologize ahead of time for that. Well, with that being said, we had a couple stocks on the watch list. I will say that I'm not really a big fan of how today's turning out so far. Maybe I'll be proved wrong. Maybe I won't. Who really cares? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. But we got a couple stocks to watch. The market moved kind of crazy from overnight till this morning, and then from this morning, it already moved really crazy. So I kind of feel we're going to get a really unexpected, we're either going to get a really unexpected good day or just a really choppy back and forth trading day, which might make trading equities a pain in the ass today. So I don't think we're going to see a really fluent day of trading, but again, we'll see. So let's get into sharing the screen here. So quickly we'll touch on, quickly we're going to touch on the SPY. So if you take a look, you can see pre-market, it's already gone from 281.60 to a high of 287. So it's already moved about 4 points, 4 or 5 points this morning pre-market, which is ridiculous, to say the least. So yesterday, it moved from 294 all the way to a low of 283, then from 283 down to 281, up to 287. I mean, we're seeing a lot of crazy movement pre-market. So what that's done for us is it's set in levels at 287 and 281.60, and now we have this big range that we could see the market trading in all day, which also means we could just kind of see a back and forth trading day, right? And then again, if you look at give me just a second here. If you look at most stocks, of course, you're going to see that they're doing something very similar. Look at Netflix, kind of gap down, bought back up. Nvidia, same thing. AMD, same thing. So we're starting to see some, stocks moving the same as the market, right? But it's really ugly movement. It's not fluent movement. So I think we're off for a choppy day. I will say that AMD actually looks relatively decent here. This actually might be a good trader on the day because actually having trouble finding anything good yesterday. So AMD has come down, filled its gap down. I would probably keep an eye on AMD long bias today. The formation today pre-market's pretty good, and this could turn into a cup and handle breakout pretty easily. As long as the market doesn't do anything ridiculously stupid and like crash on a Trump tweet, then I could see over this trend line AMD turning into a good play. But anyways, let's get on to what matters the most, and that's the watch list. Good morning. Good morning, guys. Alan Slater. So we generally start at 8 in the morning every day. In our private trading group, we start about 8 in the morning, and then I will usually be on live till about 10:30 or 11, but usually no later than 11, because a couple reasons. Most of the good volatility is going to be taking place from 9:30 to 10:30, 11, and then after that, it always slows down anyways. So it's always best to try and make your money in that short period of, right in the morning, and then you don't want to stick around at your computer all day long watching stocks because then it makes you want to trade more, which then usually results in you giving back money, and then we go into over trading and then revenge trading. So try to stop about 10:30, 11, then you go enjoy, middle of your day, go do something, and then later in the evening is when I'll usually hop, back on just to do kind of work things. But it usually goes for about 3 hours. Appreciate it. So anyways, couple of the stocks that I mentioned. So today, CGC, if you look at reported earnings, they gapped down from 32 down to 27. On my yearly chart, I had buy points at 27 and 25. So CGC is now getting down into a good buying location for a swing trade. So I'm going to be watching it carefully, today, tomorrow, a couple days from now, see if we can get a good entry point for a potential swing. So something to take note of is there is a really big bullish divergence from here to there and there to there. So you're starting to see price action going down, momentum picking up, and that's why you're seeing that long bounce right here. Okay, so we're going to be following CGC. Initially long bias today because of this divergence, and I don't actually think I want to trade it today, but I'm more or less keeping it on the watch list and mentioning it to you guys because CGC is all the way down to 27 and close to 25, which is a good buy point for a potential swing trade. All right. So on to the next one, Macy's. So am I really crazy about Macy's? No, not really. But considering I'm not really crazy about the market today, I'm being more open-minded. So yesterday, Macy's had their earnings report, and then it got pushed down. And remember what I said yesterday? I'm like, if Macy's turns into this like grindy, like back and forth candle thing, I'm not going to trade it. So you can see kind of one candle up, one candle up, one candle down, one candle up, two candles down, one candle up, three candles down, two candles up, dojis down, up, down, up. So again, really small micro 1 minute candles, not fun to trade. So today I'm going to see if we get any sort of move, whether that be down or up. So kind of just keeping an eye on this because yesterday was the earnings day, and we're going to see if we get some sort of follow through today, right? That's what I'll be looking for. So yeah, Brad. So to answer your question about our mentoring that we have, so in our $30 private group chat room, we do mentoring classes on Mondays right now at 6 o'clock. Now, every once in a while, the times change or the dates may change, but we do a mentoring class on Mondays where you can come ask any questions. We might cover random topics from Fibonacci to reversals to long plays to breakouts to news to this to that. So cover a lot of things on those days. And if it hasn't already yet been gone over, then we'll record it and then we upload that into our day trading course. So our course has become massive over the past 2 years because we continuously keep adding new content to it. So yeah, in the $30 per trading room, we do classes on Mondays, and then those classes are recorded and uploaded into the curriculum course. Yeah, we could take a look at OSTK. So give me a second here. Next one on the list is Walmart. So Walmart reported earnings and came out pretty well. If you look at Walmart, you'll come to realize it's right up towards a 52-week high at about 115.49, which in other words means that the likelihood Walmart breaks over 15.49 is not likely. So initially going to follow Walmart long and then look for some resistance here around the 115.49 for a short trade on Walmart. And that's really the whole watch list today. So don't really want to go too much and talk too much on the watch list just because it's kind of like a blah one. So it's more or less something that you gravitate to when you're not too sure of how the market's reacting. So again, just kind of going based off of earnings plays and really just going to probably sit back today and watch, maybe try to make a couple $100, not going for a $2,000 a day, $3,000 a day or massive trades. Really just going to sit back, probably just make some small trades here or there, kind of collect some money, and then kind of get through this day until the market's more in normal behavior, shall we say. All right, we're going to take a look here at OSTK. So as mentioned, I think we talked, maybe we didn't talk about this one yesterday. Yeah, so big move down. Yeah, that's, again, we did talk about this yesterday. I think somebody said, is it time to buy OSTK? And I said, no, it's not time to buy OSTK because Bitcoin is going down. So as you can see, we've dropped from 27. We failed the bullish breakout. We rolled over, and then we gapped down, rolled over some more, all the way down to 16. And that's probably due to the fact that Bitcoin's price decreased. I think it's down to like 9,000 maybe. It's the last I looked or heard. So yeah, I mean, that's just it. We're just kind of breaking down here. This, the interesting thing is, what about, this could work. But before we do that, Okay. Yeah, I was just kind of playing around doing some technical analysis, but this is going to bounce. It will have a bounce, but you're probably on a counter trend bounce where it's just a bounce before trying a move lower. So yeah, I mean, that's just it. I mean, it got sold off due to Bitcoin. It's been on a good run since 8. I mean, if you think it went from 8 almost all the way to 30, now we're pulled back about 50% of the way. So yeah, I mean, it's just on a pullback. No, not really, because I was short Roku in the morning, so I made money shorting Roku in the morning. But yeah, it ended up fading out more later in the day that wasn't even a part of it, and it's okay. I mean, honestly, of course, it would have been nice to catch it, but if you go look at Roku yesterday, I mean, again, that move down isn't even what I'm looking for, right? I mean, if you look at the move down on Roku, that's not really what I want to be a part of. That's still a boring move down, not really good, very aggressive, choppy trend down. So it's like I really want a good down trending day. If I'm going to be shorting something or I'm going to be long something, I want a solid moving trending day, not these boring days. But again, you get what you get and you take what you can get. But yeah, I mean, even still, wasn't even a good short move yesterday. There's too much bullish sentiment on the stock for now that continuously keeps propping it up. Today, we're probably going to see a short squeeze on it. I really wouldn't be surprised. Thank you, James. I appreciate that. Can you Fibonacci TVIX? I mean, you can really Fibonacci anything. Just whether or not it works well and what you're charting it on is a different story. Well, Steve, even if the marijuana market doesn't get some type of news catalyst, the likelihood that you see CGC bounce on a recognizable support is probably going to happen whether or not there's news. So I would still follow CGC down towards the $25 price point. Nvidia, I didn't think Nvidia reported, but I guess I could be wrong. Yeah, Nvidia hasn't actually reported. They report later today. Yeah. So Nvidia has yet to actually report. It's going to be this evening. Check out Baba. Yeah, Baba reported earnings too. This is not on the watch right now. But yeah, I mean, this is another thing to follow. It's an earnings report. And so I think the good thing for following earnings reports today is because they have their own additional catalysts or outside catalysts other than the market today. And as we said, the market's moving kind of funky, probably going to have an annoying day in the market, which means it'd be easier to probably find yourself trading something with a catalyst other than the market or Trump's fingers. So right now, I'm going to say, yeah, Baba does seem relatively bullish right now. It is up towards this previous top. It has broken through that previous top by a little bit. Really not that big of a fan of it. I mean, yeah, for right now, it's pretty much just spiked. I am not really concerned with buying this up here. I'd rather be buying it down here towards 160.22. So depending on how, it really all depends on how it moves here. It's at the top of a multi-day range. So in theory, it's at multi-day range support or resistance, not really at support. Daily charts kind of like blah. We're coming off a trend coming up. Yeah, I mean, it's decent. There's nothing about it that makes me crazy. So it's worth following, though, yes. And you Fibonacci the currents. I did, Gerald. They don't work, like, it's not going to always work, right? So if you do it from like here to here, right? I mean, sure, it looks like it's working there, but you still have to come from down low, swing high, and that still didn't work because Thinkorswim doesn't know what it's doing. I would like just to delete that drawing, but it's not doing that because it sucks. Okay, there you go. Swing low, swing high, back to swing low. It shouldn't be on that side. It's on that side because Thinkorswim doesn't know what they're doing. Thank you. There you go. Yeah, so in theory, it's showing that if this move is correct from this impulsive move up and it holds us 38.2, that we should see it somewhere in the 127 to 141 to 161 here. So basically up towards 170 to 172 today, which probably wouldn't be surprising if it did happen. Appreciate it. RKDA is a joke. I won't even trade that. Cisco, yeah. Well, no, I mean, I don't only look for divergences on smaller time frames. I'd look for them on larger time frames. But again, if you're looking for them on larger time frames, what are you doing? You're going to be swing trading or more of like an investing approach where you're seeing a long-term developing pattern, right? So again, all depends on how you're trying to do things or what you're trying to do. What about AKTX? AKTX is dead. Probably wouldn't focus much attention there. Would you buy GLDN when M? I would just buy gold in general. So my answer would probably be yes to that. Can you elaborate on RKDA? Yeah, RKDA is a garbage stock. It's not worth really even. I mean, there's even what it's done already is pretty much a joke. Again, it's simply most of what you're seeing are just short squeezes. Right now, it's arguably in a cup and handle. So it's like this could actually turn into a relatively good trade. But again, it's right at the previous top. Most times, stocks do not break above their previous highs. So it's like it's really not even a good, there's no good formation. It's arguable that this is a cup and handle that's going to break out. But again, we're already seeing it hit resistance on the previous top. And it's really not a cup and handle because a cup and handle would start from top here, go down, back to top, go pull back, then break top. This one went from top down, back up midway, never reached the top, then it pulled back, and then it candle-legged into the top. So it's not even a true cup and handle formation, which some people are probably trading it as a true cup and handle formation, but it's not, and it's just ugly. It's really all it comes down to. It's just not a good looking. I mean, I could see it push higher, sure, probably can, but still not, doesn't really look that great. Any resistance with gold? I mean, yeah, there's going to be resistance and there's going to be bounces and there's going to be resistance throughout the course of however long gold moves. So yeah, I mean, anybody asking questions in regard to gold, you just have to ask yourself, why would you be buying gold in the first place? Why do you want to buy gold? Is it going to be a trade? Is it going to be investment? Because the only thing that I'm interested in with gold right now is holding it long term for reasons of economic crisis, 2008, things like that. If I own gold, the likelihood that the price of it goes up is very high. So that's why I have it. Will it go lower? Maybe. Will it go higher? Maybe. Will there be resistance? Probably. Will there be a new support? Probably, right? But the only way you're going to come to find that is just by being patient and watching that market unfold. What do you think of IQ? Stockpiling for winter. I mean, honestly, I don't know much about the stock IQ or HUIA, to be completely honest. I mean, like even HUIA. HUIA has a cup and handle that's not even a true cup and handle. I mean, it would be a decent looking cup and handle if you didn't have this random spike there in the middle. But since you have that, it kind of throws off the whole formation. Let's see. Yeah, myself, not really crazy about it. What do I think about the drop in GE stock today? Not really. Doesn't really surprise me. Doesn't make me feel any type of way. GE, I never trade GE stock anyways. It's never really tends to be a great stock for me to trade anyway, with how small of an incremental change it makes from candle to candle, or the fact that it's such a big float stock and it's traded very heavily by computers. And anyway, it's just not a fun stock to trade. What do I think of Nvidia? I think Nvidia is more of a bearish stock than it is a bullish stock on the longer term time frame or longer term chart. What do I think of their earnings? I don't really have any outlook on their earnings. We'll know tomorrow, and then after the earnings come out tomorrow, then we'll know whether or not they're good or bad, and then we base a thesis around that. Do I have a 9-to-5 job? Yes, in theory, I do have a 9-to-5 job. It's doing YouTube, it's trading, it's then going through emails, it's then doing more videos and more YouTube, handling more customer service, doing refunds, talking to credit card companies. So yeah, I basically work a 9-to-5 job, but it's just multiple different things throughout the day. So yeah, I have my own 9-to-5, but it's at home. What's going on with the SPY? The SPY is gapped down today, then it shot back up, and then it pulled a little back, but it's just moving. So CGC is a marijuana stock that fell all the way down to $27 a day, and it has a better support buy kind of level at 25. Is it going to reach there today? Maybe. Is it going to reach there tomorrow? Maybe. What about next week? Maybe. But that $25 level is a significant point to be keeping an eye on, not because it's 25 only, but because we've already bounced and had a good run at 25. So that's going to be a good level to keep on watch for the marijuana stock CGC over the next couple of days and the next couple of weeks for a potential long buy, hold, swing trade sort of setup. You have Macy's. Macy's was an earnings report yesterday that gapped down, grinded back up all the way, even while the market was going down. And that's really just on the watch list today to see if we get some type of continuation or follow-through play today off the earnings that were reported yesterday. Walmart is up to about $114 pre-market. Unless that's changed since I've last looked at it, they reported earnings today too. They have a 52-week high at about 100. Is that right? 115? Yeah, Walmart's got a 52-week high of about 115.60, which basically means Walmart's almost all the way up to resistance, which means that I probably wouldn't be very adamant about buying it right now. I'd be more on the sides of watching, other people buy it up into the 52-week high so that you can sell it short upon them is probably how I would go about trading that. Okay. Yes, I do swing trade. Yeah, so, yeah, P. Jonley, you're actually right. So this is funny to say. Not only did I buy GLD months ago, I posted APMEX and JM Bullion, which are silver and gold websites that you can buy physical gold and silver from. We posted those like 2 years ago to think about buying physical gold and silver about 2 years ago. And then I started buying more months ago and I actually started buying more years ago. I mean, so if you literally look back at the timestamp of everything that I was talking about with gold and silver, it started about 2 years ago. And then about 3 or 4 months ago, probably about 3 months ago, I made a video specifically targeting GLD and said it's time to buy gold. And then, of course, majority of the people are like, you're just an idiot. And I'm like, yeah, I know I'm an idiot. And then we said it again. We reiterated that you should buy silver and gold. And now when we look at the price of silver and gold, of course, people are doing the old, I guess I probably should have bought silver and gold. And it's okay. I mean, shit happens. I mean, I didn't know for sure that we were going to pick up at this time frame. I just knew that it was probably the right time to start getting involved within that market, considering what's going on with the market. So I'm not some god or anything. But yeah, we did kind of timestamp it. And there's a lot of kind of proof to go back and date that these are the plays that we were going to be making and transitioning into during this market. So anyways, it's 9 o'clock. We're going past. We're going over here. I apologize. I hope you guys learned a little bit something new. I'm not crazy about the watch list today, and I'm not crazy about the market. Remember that you don't have to trade today. You don't have to trade. You don't have to feel pressured to make a trade. Just because you see something moving doesn't mean that you have to trade it. Just because something's going down doesn't mean you have to short it, right? I always come to find you more likely than not will make money and more consistently when you try not trading, and then you only trade when something really jumps out at you. When you do that, you come to find that you end up making more money and more consistently. So anyways, take care, have a great day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning for another stream.